So I was meeting with some potential clients the other day, and one of them had a big question. Is getting pre-approved by a lender going to lose us money if we don't use it? The answer, thankfully, is no. Here's what pre-approval is. You will get a letter in the mail from a credit card company, and they'll say that you're pre-approved. That is not anything like what we're talking about. What we're talking about in the real estate home buying process is you want to go to a lender, set up a meeting, bring the documentation that they ask you to bring. They will look up your credit score. They will look into your job and how much you make. They will use an analysis process that they have, and they will determine how much the bank or the credit union or whoever your lender is willing to loan you for the purpose of getting into a mortgage for buying a home. So it's nothing nefarious. It's not you getting into any sort of a deal. It's just finding out how much they're willing to loan you in order to buy a house. Now, something you really want to consider is, do I want to spend all of the money that they are willing to give me? Usually, if you're a first-time home buyer and you don't have some big asset someplace else, the answer is going to be no. So you're going to want to talk through that with your lender. Talk it through with your real estate agent. If you get pre-approved for, say, $350,000, do you need to buy a home that costs $350,000? That may put you into a position where people call it being house poor. And house poor means that because of how much money you spend on your monthly mortgage payment, including the principal and interest and whatever other fees are in there, you can't afford to get other things, to travel. If you have a baby, you struggle with money. So you don't want to become what is known as house poor. So what do? You get pre-approved, you figure out what your monthly budget is, you figure how much equity you have in a current home if you're not a first-time home buyer, or you figure out how much you can get together to put down onto a house. Check with your lender, check with your real estate agent about first-time home buyer loans and programs. There are some situations where you can put less down on a house, and that is not always a bad thing, because say you can put a little down on a house, you might be a handy person, get in there, fix it up. You might be able to sell it for even more than you anticipated. I have a potential client right now who got into a great deal on his home, and he is able to take a great amount of equity that he already has in it because the market for sellers has gone so far up. The flip side of that is, where are you going to buy? What can you afford even after you have that sizable down payment? So there are any number of things that go into the equation, but getting pre-approved, it's just giving yourself the ability to move on a house when you make an offer. Because if you make an offer and you're not pre-approved, then you may not even qualify to buy the house that you're making an offer on. Or if a seller is really motivated to sell the house for as much money as they can and as quickly as they can, they may insist on you being pre-approved even to go to the house. And your real estate agent is somebody else you can talk to about that. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Remember, if you are getting value from this content, I would ask that you consider subscribing to my channel. Have a great day, and always remember to think first.